they've self-actualised, or they're self-actualising, as it was explained to me. And if you miss that, that first 10 years will determine the relationship you'll have with your child as they become an adult for the rest of your life, and how engaged they're going to be with you. Because if your memories are being created where you're distracted on a phone trying to, even though your best intentions are to generate a certain level of whatever the wealth it is, or the goals that you set yourselves as a couple, as a family, a kid 0 to 10 couldn't care less about that sort of stuff. It's not on their radar. What they care about is, when JD sits down and says we're going to have a picnic inside, and she puts the rug down and there's all the pretend food and everything, you play that game with her. That's what she cares about. Don't do that. And her memory was, okay, I'll do it by myself, or Jackson will dip in and out, or I'll grab Jet and stick him on the end of it. But Dad's obviously too busy. And I think kids are incredibly patient, but there's a tipping point that will be reached that if you miss that, you'll miss it forever. And I think, you don't always get it right, nor should you have to always get it right. They're going to be your good and your bad days, but you've got to get it right more than you get it wrong. It's probably telling people to suck eggs, but
you've got to try.
But we've got every distraction available. I'm glad I don't have a teenager now, given the fact that they're learning. There's a huge learning curve going on about getting the best out of technology without the pitfalls of technology. And at the moment, we're just consuming so much content in a really negative way. I think 99% of the stuff that's out there is just junk and preservatives you don't need. In the metaphor of the cheap orange juice bottle in the fridge, it's 99% preservatives with 1% of real fruit juice. And if you're going to go and consume all that crap and miss your parenting, that's tragic, and they'll emulate your behaviour, and so that, it's easier said than done. But so in many ways, I think Jackson's taught us a lot of that, because it would be very easy just to sit and put an iPad in his lap, and I think that the key thing I learnt with Jackson, with kids, is he learns a bad behaviour very quickly, and it takes an extraordinarily long time to get that out of it. You could say that of any children, but certainly, and so that's a wonderful experience to take when you realise that the negative behaviour is it's the click of a finger, whereas the getting and changing the behaviour takes weeks, if not months, if not once it's established. And so, that is the mindset that I've got with Jade, and certainly when as Jet's growing up, and I'm glad to see that learning. Jade's pretty indifferent when it comes to iPads and phones. She plays her game. She'll even turn the TV off when she thinks she's watched enough. She's not even 4, so maybe that transcendence, that, and I certainly I acknowledge Jackson for that, because I think, again, this process you go through, it's this front-end responsibility you have with someone like Jackson. So there you go. I think those kids will owe him a hell of a lot when they're older.